All right, week 6, physics, Hexter 4. Before I start on reviewing this week, let me just say this is the last week of the Hexter, so your final grade will be turned in this week. And if you have work that you need to get completed, I'm going to be asking a question about that later in this video that it's actually graded to help you get another assignment in. Don't freak out about the work, whether it's this class or any other class. You can get as much done as possible if you use your time wisely. So make that your goal to really focus this week and get some assignments done. Time to buckle down. It's that time when it's like, okay, maybe I've been putting off a few assignments. Okay, now is the time to buckle down and get that work done. Use your time wisely. All right, let's get to this week's assignments. Relatively light. This is part of the final, along with your vocabulary assignment that was assigned in week 1. So let's look at our discussion post. Again, this is an observational post. You'll be able to click on that, turn that in for some points. Then we have a video question, as I mentioned, that I'll ask at the end of this video. Then for our final, we're going to be talking about scatter plot graphs and directions. So the brief explanation here, there's a video to help you explain about scatter plot graphs. And then there's an assignment. And I'm not asking you to make a scatter plot graph at this point, just to get used to it, and you will be making one next Hexter. But scatter plot graphs are graphs that are very effective for looking at the correlation between two things. So how they are cause and effect, how they are related to each other. This particular scatter plot graph is on overall seatbelt compliance, which simply means the percent of people wearing seatbelts versus the estimated overall deaths per 100,000 population. So the x-axis, which is the horizontal axis, that's always the variable that can be manipulated or is manipulated. The y-axis or the vertical axis is the one that depends on how you manipulated this graph. So if you look at this graph, okay, here, this was 100% of people wearing seatbelts. This was 80%. And then you look at the plots and kind of, you're going to explain to me the correlation between those two items. Now, once you get that done, there's a couple of assignments that go along with the scatter plot graph. And your assignment number 1 is to tell me the correlation. And then the next assignment is tell me which of Newton's laws you think most applies to the graph. Now I've included the laws here to help you. Write the law, give as much explanation as to why you picked that particular law. I'm not saying there's a wrong or right answer. If you can justify your answer based on the graph, which I included a copy of right here, then more power to you. You'll have a really good chance of getting these points. All right, so scatter plot graphs. Let's go back to week 6. And we're moving right along. Look at that, we're already down here. Then, yeah, scatter plot graph and Newton's laws that we just went over. Then there's an assignment on writing directions, how to properly write directions. And let me just click right on the lesson. This is the one that you can actually edit. The previous one just kind of, that goes over this information, but you can't edit on that page. On this page, you can edit. And it says, hello students, for your final assignment of the Hexter, you will do an exercise in writing precise directions. You will all write directions to the same task, and the task is, please write step-by-step directions for making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Your direction should be in a numbered format such as right here, okay? And you can put as many steps as you think a person might need. I'm not telling you how many steps to write. Just pretend you're writing the directions for an alien, or at least someone who has never made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich before. So you can write them on this Google Drive assignment, keeping in mind that the person reading the directions shouldn't have to answer any questions. What does this have to do with physics? It has more to do with having you learn how to write precise directions when it comes to science. So science is all about, when you're doing experiments, being very careful, following the directions step by step. So I'm looking forward to some really good answers on this assignment. And then that is it for this week. Seems relatively simple, yes, but remember, there's a physics vocabulary that only a few of you have turned in. That was assigned back in week 1, the physics vocabulary assignment. Get that done. Go over any missing assignments, turn those in, and you'll have a really good chance of passing this course. If you go back to the video question, I'm going to ask it now, and the question is to list 2 definite strategies to the question, how can I get as much work done in all my classes? What are some strategies I can use this week? So kind of, basically, how can I best use my time? You have to write at least 2 strategies to answer that. So don't just say use my time wisely. Be specific. All right, good luck. Get your work done. Have a great week.